Hello. Here we are. So we have our third edition of our Summer Chef series for Unite for Her. We're really excited. My name's Erin. I'm the nutrition manager with Unite for Her. I see us starting to join in, so I'm going to let some people come into our event. Today, we're really excited to be hosting a fabulous partner of Unite for Her, Aneu kitchen. Meredith is the chef, and she's making some really great raw items. The smoothie, one of her favorite smoothies, her energy balls, which she tells me are her most popular item. And she's got some hummus, because who doesn't love hummus? So she'll tell us how to quickly throw that together. So we've got some really great recipes. So I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes to let some people enter in. I'm so glad everybody's joining us. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Cameron. Join our live event. Wonderful. So as you know, Unite for Her has been doing this every weekend throughout the summer. We're featuring different chefs, some of our great partners that we're using. And, you know, we have many more really great chefs. Hi, Teresa. We've got a lot of exciting new chefs and restaurant partners, some of which you've seen at our fundraiser, like Harvest. Aneu was there last year. She's been such a great partner to us. So you'll just continue to see our next fourth edition of our Summer Chef series will be announcing tomorrow. So as you're continuing on social media, be sure to check that out tomorrow. I know, we're so excited. Okay, so Meredith is the chef of Aneu kitchen. I will share my excitement on being able to host this and connect with her. So Meredith, not only is she a trained vegan chef by trade, which is amazing, but she's also a certified health coach. She studied integrative nutrition, so talk about being able to bring the information to her clients and to her food and all of the love of food and health. She sees that food as medicine mentality that we do. So it's really nice that we're such close partners. So we really love this. So to get us started, we've got some people trickling in, but why don't we bring in Meredith? So I'll bring her in. She'll tell you a little bit about herself, her 30 years of cooking, how she started Aneu, and what she's making today. So let's bring in Meredith in just a few seconds. Hi, Meredith. How are you?
Hi, Erin. How are you tonight?
I'm good. Thanks so much for being here.
So excited to be part of yet another wonderful thing that Unite for Her does for the women and everybody in our community. It's a blessing. I'm humbled to be here, and I thank you for asking me to be a part of it.
Oh my gosh, we love it. And we know that you do so much social media and online cooking for your community as well. So you're like a pro at this. You can probably teach us a thing or two.
We shall see. I'm very technologically advanced, ladies, so be patient with me. I'm coming to you from my home, which is where, you know, obviously the heart is for food and for nutrition and for health. And if we don't do it here, we're certainly not going to do it elsewhere. So I thought it was better than taking you to my very industrialized kitchen, where I often do my cooking classes that aren't quite as I don't know, just quite as nice. So, so Erin told you that I am an integrative nutritionist. I have been a health coach for many years. And I did that because I saw a lot of people getting sick through food. And I wanted to bring them back to basics with nutrient-dense, really yummy food that didn't make you feel like you weren't a part of everybody else and everything else that was going on. And when I did that, what I saw were my clients getting healthier and healthier, and they were like not even feeling, you know, different at all. So I brought today to you my 3 favorite things to make. I make them all the time at home. They're easy, quick pickup things. Doing a smoothie for breakfast, which is awesome. It's my favorite. It's peanut butter and jelly. And I know Erin can tell you a lot of this stuff, so I won't harp on it. It's probably not the healthiest of smoothies because we know that peanut butter isn't our favorite thing, but we love it. So sometimes having a little bit of yumminess in with the health food makes you feel better. It doesn't make you feel like you're missing anything. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to make that for you.
I love that.
Right. My energy balls are phenomenal. We make a bunch of kinds at the restaurant at Aneu and Paoli and everywhere else. But here, this one, again, starts with just the basics and all of these nutrient-dense things that are still yummy. And then who doesn't like good hummus? And I'm going to only make one kind of hummus, but I'm going to show you that you can dump stuff in, healthy stuff, and still be good. The other day, my daughter loves beets. I cannot stand the smell of beets. But for her, I make hummus and I throw some beets in. It changes the entire flavor profile.
Yeah.
And it changes what it does for your body. So with that, should I start cooking, Erin?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And I encourage, so I'm going to feature Meredith, but if anybody has questions or comments, Teresa mentioned the energy bars are excellent. I mean, they travel so well. You can usually make them. So I'm really excited to see that. But if anybody has questions or comments, I'll certainly pass them along to you, Meredith.
Thank you. All right. So we make tons of smoothies. Everyone's like, everything has to be green. I definitely don't think that we should be not chewing our food. And smoothies are fun and yummy, and you can pretend they're a vanilla milkshake from days gone by. But you can also hide some things in it. So I hide things in it for the kids. My kids have been eating like this since they were little, and you don't really notice it. So I'm going to make you peanut butter and jelly smoothie. I'm making it with peanut butter, like I said. You can alternate to almond butter and make it a little bit healthier. You can add some other things if you'd like, but this is the basic. And honest to God, it tastes like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, I can't wait. This like brings me back to my childhood, peanut butter and jelly. I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
So some people say bananas, oh, too much sugar, too much sugar. I've got many stories for that when we have more time. But really, come on now. It's a banana. So I freeze my bananas. Mm-hmm. So I don't need too much ice, although I forgot to put ice out. Technological department. My biggest tips and my best tips, I think, are when you make stuff in the Vitamix. You can make soup, you can make anything in there from a raw state, and it turns into wonderfulness. Hot soup, all that kind of stuff. But for this, you should always start with your liquid. That makes things blend. So instead of we have these tampers, which are great because they really work. But if you start with the liquid and then build your smoothie up, it's totally easier to fill and to make the right consistency. So in here, I'm going to throw in a half a cup of almond milk.
Okay. Now, if someone didn't have a Vitamix, could they also do this in another kind of blender, a Ninja, a food processor, any kind of blending appliance?
Totally. And you can use one of those old Sears white, I mean, a blender's a blender's a blender. The beauty of this is that it's faster. The longer you leave it on this, the smoother it gets. That's the only difference. You're not changing anything. You're just, blending it a little more.
Okay.
So I'm going to just put like 2 ice cubes in, not much because I don't want to make it too icy.
Okay.
And I'm also putting a half a cup of frozen berries. So can you guys see these? I get the mixed organic berries. Berries are really important to get organic because they're like killed with pesticides. Apples, there's a lot of things. If you go to the dirtydozen.org, it's Environmental Protection, right?
EWG, Environmental Working Group. Yep.
They'll tell you what the worst is at the time. I try to do as much organic as possible, but like a banana doesn't have to be. Berries, they really should. So I'm putting like a half a cup of frozen berries in here. I'm using the whole banana because, darn it, I like sweet. And you'll see in that recipe that there's honey in it. I don't use the honey. I'd rather have the banana. Honey's a good sweetener. It's one of those that are okay to use, but when you don't need it, and you don't with good berries. So I have here to show you, as per the recipe that I've sent, that I have a half a teaspoon of honey, but I'm not going to use it. So we'll put that. That's already feel healthier.
Okay.
That's better.
Easy upgrade. We love that. That's easy upgrade in our book.
That's right, and you don't notice it.
Right.
Then instead of putting a cup of spinach, I'll put 2 or 3 cups of spinach in.
And could we use any green? So could I substitute that with kale or romaine, something mild like that?
Totally. Kale tends to be a little grittier when you mix it up.
Okay.
So spinach to me is one that gets lost in there if you have it.
Yeah.
But of course you can do anything.
Okay.
And then a tablespoon of hemp seeds. Hemp is like a perfect protein. It's one of the best things you can use. Mm-hmm. And so not a tablespoon, I'll dump 2 tablespoons in. Remember when you're cooking like this, and cooking is probably not the right word, but when you're mixing like this, you can't mess it up. you just keep adding these healthy things until it tastes good. You know, you can put any kind of seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds. We have them in a lot of other things today, so I don't have them. But for the hemp seed, it's a perfect protein, something I love.
Perfect.
And then, I mean, please, who doesn't love peanut butter, right? I'd be eating this off a spoon if I thought I could speak.
So, I'm usually scraping the inside of the peanut butter just so I get every last bite.
Aren't we all? There's nothing better in my
Nothing now.
And it's awesome because people who are allergic to nuts are not always allergic to peanut butter. Right. So they can't have the almond butter, and that's a really quick switch for somebody who can't have it. I mean, that's it. We've created the best smoothie I've ever heard of. I'm going to throw it on for a minute. I don't know if you need to see the end result. Do you, Erin? Or I'll just...
No, we don't have to see it. You're welcome to just share how good it is, and we can all be a little bit.
So what I do is I usually blend it for like 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Really high. That's the benefit of the Vitamix.
Okay.
Look how pretty it is.
So good. And I love, Meredith, that you mentioned putting your liquid in first, because I love smoothies because to me it's just like easy travel nutrition, but I always put my liquid in last, and I feel like that's probably what I'm doing wrong.
That's my tip for that one.
I love that. I love it.
You don't need to beat it. You know, when the liquid's on the top, it doesn't quite get in there.
You're right, it doesn't, and I often am like adding more, so my takeaway, I will be rearranging the order of my smoothie tomorrow. Thank you.
So you see the color of this, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are deterred by the color. If you added a lot more green, it would be brighter. If you took the green out, it would be the purple of the berries.
Yeah.
So no matter what I do when I make one of these, I always drink it with a straw because there's always some kind of healthy something that doesn't smell.
Yeah.
But there you go.
So good.
Your smoothie.
Yep.
So easy.
Yep.
All right. So 1 down.
Excellent.
Let's move.
I know, Tara. Tara says the same thing. Liquid on the bottom. Why didn't I think of that? I know, for all the time that I've been making smoothies, and it's like, that's always the last thing I think of putting in. You've changed my whole world, Meredith.
Oh my God, I'm done.
You're done. Go home. Go home.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was going to be harder. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
One more thing. I have a couple little tips because we can't really see everything, and like I said, it takes too long. So now we're going to make the energy balls. What I tell people is 2 of these energy balls, even though they're sweet and heavenly, can you guys see what these look like?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're awesome, and these, you can freeze them and have them, but 2 of these with a green juice or a smoothie, lighter smoothie, is a great meal.
And they're a good size. They're a pretty good, I mean, you're not skimping on the serving there.
That's 1 ounce, like ice cream scooper.
I love it. Perfect. Okay.
Good stuff. So this one's a little, it's again, really, really easy, but it's got a lot of dry components, kind of like your smoothie, that sometimes it's a little hard to get going. But truly, we put everything. This is another one. I hope everyone has a food processor. It's the same thing. I mean, life is easy with a food processor, right? So literally, you throw in a cup of oatmeal. How cute was that?
Mm-hmm. Just, are you using traditional rolled oats? Do you like the pre-cooked? Does it matter?
It totally doesn't matter, but I use Bob's gluten-free, Bob's Red Mill. You know that brand?
Yes.
Because I like it to be gluten-free. You know, and Bob's is all organic and really good.
Yeah.
I'm using coconut, unsweetened coconut.
Okay.
It's been toasted, but completely unsweetened. So that's a really important one. And I've got about a half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of that. I love coconut. It's one of those peanut buttery things that are just yummy.
Yeah.
This one gets a half a cup of peanut butter. So like I was saying, I make them with almond butter. We make a superfoods bar that instead of having these nuts and seeds, has like pistachios and buckwheat groats. And you can throw anything into this and it is going to come together. You know, so if you have somebody with a nut allergy or gluten allergy, you can mix and match everything to get into what you want. Don't be afraid to throw things in here and see what comes out. You'll be amazed. Some of my best recipes are with this. And I'm a big proponent of whole foods, as you are, Erin. Yep. At the same time, we do add a protein powder. I have a really good vegan protein powder that I like. we add that to one of our energy balls to bump up the protein if you need some.
Okay, great.
Not
And you said these are really one of your most favorite items that are ordered at your eateries, and you ship these around. Is that right?
We do because you can freeze them. We ship them all around the country. We ship some to Portland.
I might have to take you up on that.
It's more fun to come in though. I mean, because but for those who can't get here, we love to ship.
And why don't you tell us also, before I forget, Meredith, where are your locations of your stores? Because we should all know where they are.
Well, sadly, because of the pandemic, we are just in Paoli right now. We're open 7 days a week. We are also, and will be again, as we all pray, in King of Prussia in the Mainline Health Women's Facility, which is a fabulous new building geared mostly to women. Mm-hmm. I'm in Rosemont. I have a shop on Montrose Avenue behind Galifte's, or behind Mom's, which is a great store shopping. Yeah, totally. And then we're building in Bryn Mawr Hospital. They're opening an integrative space, which is one of the most exciting things we've ever done, because everything is food as medicine.
Yeah.
Everything we do there.
It's like a perfect fit for you. That's like a drive home. I love that.
Yeah, we're getting lucky. There's a turning point, Erin, in our world.
I know.
We're starting to realize that the food they eat is how they're going to feel and where they're going.
I know.
All right, well, back to healthiness. This is ground flaxseed. So also another really, really good thing to have in your diet. It's really good for your digestion. Really good to get the toxins out of your body by eating these kind of things. We use a whole half a cup of this in here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot, right?
That's great.
And still tastes good.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Put a little bit of vanilla in, and this, my pastry chef and I duel over, because he is not in love with the vanilla, but I think it adds something. And here, we duel on this one. He loves agave. I do not. So whereas he wants us to put, what did he say he likes in this, like a half a cup? I'm going to put just a little bit, because it's the liquid that'll hold it together.
Okay.
Dates. But I think the dates are sweet enough. So I wanted to show you, here's my second tip on this one.
Okay.
These come like this, right? These are fresh and jewel dates. They have a seed inside. So you have to open them and take out the seed. And then I soak them overnight in filtered water or in water just to soften them.
Yep.
And then this is, I hope you can see this, 10 medjool dates.
Okay.
They've been soaked and they've been chopped to smithereens.
Got it.
That, if you can see, I'll show you. I mean, you see how it comes together?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay,
yeah,
good.
I can see how it's like tacky. You can, it holds well.
And that is what ultimately the consistency of this energy ball is. So you literally do that, which, I mean, it takes a couple minutes to get the stuff together, but it's very little. Oh no, wait, backwards, hold on. I thought
now how
there we go. So you'll see it starts to pull together. Can you see that? It's starting to it pulls off the side of the Cuisinart or the food processor or whatever you want to call it. They both have parts, and they pull off. Kind of like when you used to make pie dough, right?
Yes. So you don't really have to find it for all that long.
Well, you should do it a little bit longer, since this is the magic of TV and I have some finished. I'll show you the difference. But this one it's good. It's tacky. It takes just a minute. Everything is sort of, and I'm going to show you again.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
So Teresa wants to know, I love that. How many servings does that make?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
Don't have the answer. It is in my shameless plug. It is in my cookbook. So I could probably, hold on, I could go to the tech department and look and see how many it makes, but
excellent.
I think it probably makes about 24.
Yeah, a good amount.
Because they're 1 ounce.
Okay. And how long would you keep them in your fridge? Like, how long would they last in your fridge? For a pretty long time?
Yeah, I would say they last a week or so in the fridge, but freeze them.
Yeah.
We have them in our freezers all the time.
So good.
But so I want to show you now. You pull this out, and it's like I said, it's a little tacky.
Okay.
It's still falling apart a little bit, and you chill it before you make it into balls. But before you even do that, You throw in these vegan chocolate chips. Oh, so it makes 24. I was right.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. 2 dozen. Awesome.
Yeah, I got some knowledge here, just a little.
You know a thing or two.
So this is another yummy part, right? These are, I get either like 72% dark chocolate. Ghirardelli makes a really good one.
Yeah.
But know that dark chocolate has milk in it and milk fats in it. So if you're vegan and you're trying to eat without that, you can just do a vegan, I think Soy for Life is the one I get.
Yeah.
You have to be careful though, because soy's not good for everyone. I don't recommend it a ton.
Right. But you can leave that out altogether as well if you didn't want to add something in at the end.
Totally. Like I said before, you know, we have one that the base is still similar, but that's the vegan protein and there's maybe the cranberries in it, or maybe there's some other kind of frozen or an apricot or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's about it. And then they just, you know, we scoop them. They get chilled.
Yeah.
Turn into this lovely ball of heaven.
I love it.
These, we call them One Smart Cookie. That's our little sales thing when we sell them to schools. Mm-hmm. So these are instead of a chocolate chip cookie, and even kids like them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no.
Yeah. And I mean, and Michelle made a really good point. You know, she says things like these satisfy her sweet tooth, which is really, you know, even if at night, if you're craving something or you want to have a little sweet, have one of these instead, where you get so much more fiber, so much more nutrition out of it. It's like a great choice.
You're absolutely right, and you feel better because you know you haven't done something that you know how you really want that cookie and you have it and you're like, oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
I never feel this way when we have this. And like I said, we do this superfood bar at work. And then instead of making them in balls, you make them in a Pyrex dish and roll them out, flatten them. And they have this cute little accoutrement. It's a little rolling pin with, have you ever seen that? Mm-hmm. And then he pours 100% dark chocolate on top of it and they are headed. So you can just avoid that and it's still really good.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds really good.
All right. So out of the sweet tooth and into the
savory.
Hummus truly is one of my favorite things because we can do so many different things with it. This is the hummus we make at work, and at work we put fresh cilantro in it. Not everybody likes cilantro, so we make them plain. I'm going to make you a plain one and show you just how simple. You can take this with vegetables. If you're eating gluten, have a little bit of pita. And don't buy pita chips. Get pita, put a tiny brush of olive oil and some Italian seasoning on it, throw it in the oven.
So good.
So good.
So easy. I know. There's nothing like homemade baked pita, tortilla, chip. I mean, they're so easy.
So easy. A lot of things. We do that with tortillas. We do it with everything as a side.
I know.
Because once they process it and they throw those 50 ingredients in, take it out of your repertoire.
I know.
I'm not saying don't eat good, yummy food. Mm-hmm. Know where it comes from and know how you're doing it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now I'm giving you a tip for each one, like I told you. And the tip for this is boxed beans.
Love those.
Have you seen these?
Yes, I love them.
Good. I knew. Boxed beans are my favorite. The BPA chemicals in the cans, no good. And if you buy a 79-cent can, you're getting it. It's a fact. We know it. This is a good alternative. And literally, you'll read a lot of recipes online with hummus where they say to make it light and yummy and fluffy, to cook it for 20 minutes with some baking soda. And then all the skins fall off, and that's great. You totally can do it. I wouldn't say not to, but it's great alone. So make this something that you have these in your pantry.
Yeah.
Which lasts for like 10 years.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Forever. I mean, because this is also great for salad dressing, great for so many things.
Oh yeah.
But I always have this in the refrigerator. This is the Whole Foods brand. Yeah. I can tell you, when preparing for today, I read a lot about tahini online because I wanted to make sure I was giving you the right information. And there was a whole list on the best tahinis, and they said the Trader Joe ones. And that is my best hummus, the organic tahini from Trader Joe's. So
yeah, ooh, good to know. And I do. Yeah. I mean, I love Trader Joe's too. You can't beat it.
Yeah, for price and the things that are really good with, again, no ingredients, less ingredients, I should say.
Yeah.
All right, so hummus, easy breezy. You literally drain this, rinse it once, throw it in.
Okay.
Simple, simple, simple.
Could you, if you didn't want to use chickpeas, Meredith, could you use something like a cannellini bean, or or some other kind of bean if you wanted to, black bean, something like that?
Totally. White bean, black bean. We often do black bean hummus. And then we put roasted red peppers in it. That's where the cilantro belongs, in my opinion. But again, any vegetable, because your base is still a bean and a seed.
Yeah.
So you still have a really healthy base, and then you add the roasted beets in it. You can add sweet potato hummus. I mean,
so good.
If I teach you nothing else today, what I want to teach you is not to be afraid. Throw these ingredients in and see what comes out. Yeah. I had nothing in my refrigerator today because of power outages and X, Y, and Z, and we were starving. And I literally pulled some shrimp, pulled some this, pulled some that, and it was restaurant quality, and not because I'm a chef, because you're not afraid. If you always have good ingredients in your house, good olive oil, good olive oil, pink Himalayan sea salt. That's what I use for this and for everything. That's another thing that pulls toxins out.
Okay.
Black salt is great for you. You can take your regular stuff every day, and iodized salt is not good for you, right? And it's the switch that you don't even feel.
Yeah.
So, food for thought. Okay. So back to hummus. We've got our chickpeas, and we've got our half a cup of tahini. Tahini doesn't smell great, guys. It's not it's not the best.
The smell is intimidating. I know. I'm like, oh, is this? But it's totally worth it.
You see, it looks a little bit like the clay mask that you're desperate to put on your face. Yeah, not great. So that's about a half a cup of tahini. And although it's not great, those seeds are good for you. They're working on your digestion. They're getting things moving.
It's always one of the things, Meredith, when I talk about, foods high in calcium, sesame seeds and tahini are super high in calcium. Like, talk about a power food there. I love that.
These are all power foods. Everything we have here is so nutrient dense. Yeah. All doing good for you, all as medicine, not as poison.
Yeah.
And you have to start thinking of food like that.
Yeah.
You're either choosing something that's doing good for you or choosing something that's not. And when you don't kill yourself, but learn alternatives like a cookie like this versus, a yummy cookie.
Well, and I love, when we chatted before, I love that you mentioned that you make, an upgraded, much healthier version of something like a Cheez-It, so even in your shop, having access to like some of those snack, crunchy, salty things that we like, but knowing that we get them from you, and I can have like a Cheez-It, but the ingredients, I'm sure the list is way shorter and the ingredients are much cleaner. Like, that's amazing that people now have access to that kind of thing.
Well, that's what we're trying to do at work, but I'm also trying to tell you it's not hard to do at home.
Yeah.
We make popcorn and we put vegan butter on it, really good grass, like healthy vegan butter, and then nutritional yeast, and you've got cheap popcorn.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can do. But thank you for the plug, and you can come see us, because Nathan, who's my pastry chef, he and I are constantly looking to upgrade healthy. He makes an avocado chocolate mousse that is to die for. Like, truly. It's cacao and avocado, and somehow it tastes like pâte de crème.
I'll try that the next time I'm in, for sure.
Okay, back to our hummus. So we've got these really high in calcium seeds. We've got really great protein of beans. We've got lemon juice, which it doesn't seem like it, but it helps alkaline your body. It's really good for you all the time. So I do a ton. This is another quarter cup of lemon juice. Minced garlic. Garlic is another one. I mean, I don't know if any of you have Italian grandmothers, but you eat that stuff raw.
I know. Good. I know. I have friends that when they start to feel sick, they just start eating raw garlic. It's kind of like it's fighting the cold. It's so good.
That's right. It's a great thing. So I put extra in. Again, I'm not afraid. I was telling you, Erin, earlier that I had to write the recipes down because I just dump stuff in until it's the right color.
Yeah. Well, and you take the intimidation out of it. Just hearing you say that you just kind of throw things together, and that we don't have to rely on the recipe per se. It's just, it kind of is like, oh, okay, you can do this.
Please remember that. That's so important. Recipes are guides. They are not be all and end all.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a lot of lemon juice, some tahini, this could be enough. With a pinch of the pink Himalayan sea salt to pull out the flavor, that is enough. I have cumin here because I love cumin in mine, and after Joe.
It's like a staple in my hummus. I love that.
Yeah, I love cumin. And again, you can add any herb. I like parsley in it because parsley's really good for you too.
Mhm.
I put that in that smoothie a lot as well.
Oh, good idea.
It's good. And I have to tell you, once that happens, the one thing that happens with this, kind of like the smoothie, is it doesn't get wet enough, right?
Yeah.
So it gets stuck. With this, if it's not wet enough, I just add cold water. Done. It's it.
Easy.
Say again?
Easy. So you're not using any olive oil in that. You're using just water for a liquid?
I do. I
love that.
You put oil in yours?
So yeah, I do. Not a lot, and if I need to thin it out, I will add a little bit of water, but usually I add a little bit of olive oil to it.
Yeah, olive oil is such a strong flavor to me, it takes away. But we use it at work because it holds it, it extends it, it does all the things.
Yeah.
But here,
you can make it any way. If you don't have it, if you don't want to have the oil.
Yeah, I just like the water. And that's it. I mean, the game's over. Obviously, I don't want you to listen to it too long. You put it as long as it comes to the consistency you like it.
Mm-hmm.
Please, just play with it. But that is, I'd give that another minute because it's still got some pieces in it. As you see with my hummus here that we made earlier, it's very, very smooth.
And how long will that keep in a refrigerator? So is that something that I could make on like a Sunday and bring with me through the week if I'm packing lunch or having through Friday? Would that last in the fridge for that long?
Totally. And again, when you look at hummus that you buy in the store, it's got something called citric acid in it. Don't be confused. That is not this. Citric acid is a chemical that gets put into something. Xanthan gum, things that hold stuff together, they're not things you want to eat. So if you can have 5 ingredients and make this in 5-10 minutes, or something else, really, that was what I wanted to get across today. How easy it is to make something like that. Because I want to do it too. I want to buy the Sabra or whatever kind of hummus it is one at Costco. That's this big. But really, when you look at it, there's stuff in it, and that's the stuff we want to avoid.
Yeah, and it's so easy. We always say, the things that you eat often, that's really where you should start with your upgrades. And so many of our community munch on things like hummus all the time. And if we can see that it only takes 5 ingredients and it takes you no time at all, and we don't really even need a recipe, then that would be a great place to start.
It truly is.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Good.
So, anything else I can tell you or show you or teach you? I'm happy to answer any questions.
Elizabeth wants to know where you can get your cookbook, so do share with us.
You can get the cookbook at work. It's just very simple. These are all the recipes from our market because I fashioned myself Ina Garten. So she started out with the one from her first shop. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh, I love that.
But it's got in here our broccoli salad. It's got the energy balls. It's got a lot of really healthy, good stuff. And again, if you make your own chicken salad from an organic chicken with really good organic mayonnaise and healthy organic sour cream, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it is an upgrade and you cannot tell the difference.
Definitely. Now, is everything in your shop, so we did all raw today, is everything in your shops all raw? Do you have cooked items as well, a little mix of everything, or?
Yes. So sadly, most people like to have the fun stuff, right? So we have everything. We've got,
Awesome.
Real cookies that are phenomenal, but they are real cookies. It's real organic cane sugar. It's real butter. And then we have energy balls. And we have hummus. We also have artichoke dip and spinach dip. But we're also, we cook. You can come in and get entrees. So there's healthy versions. Like I was saying that we're doing in Bryn Mawr, we actually, on all of our signage, it says what this is good for, what you should, if you're not eating this, you don't eat that. And it's and all the people who work for me have the same passion about food.
Good.
So come in, ask us questions. I'm always there. I love, again, to answer questions. So I'm your girl.
Wonderful. Okay, so Elizabeth wants to know, she said she's not close to your shops. Can she order by phone?
Sure, and by email. And we deliver now with the situation the world is in. We're trying to help out and deliver. So
wonderful. Wonderful. Susan is asking where she can buy buckwheat groats. So is that something you would use?
Yeah, I use those in the superfood. And I have them in my house at all times because I love them. They're like a nice crunchy addition. That farro is another good one. The problem is Whole Foods, and I think Moms too, has gotten rid of their bulk sections. So, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but Amazon is really good. Or maybe Thrive Market is that healthier market that delivers.
Yeah, I love Thrive. Yeah, good. That's a good idea. Awesome. Okay. And we posted, Sue posted your website. So we have your website posted on here.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. Anything else you want to share?
I don't know. I think that I've given you a lot of my opinion in 30 minutes. So
you filled us. I mean, we did a lot in the short period of time, but I think it stands for you can, when you're meal prepping, when you're making things, you don't need a ton of time. You don't need a ton of ingredients. It doesn't have to be complicated. So it's really great.
Yeah. They say if you eat 80-20, right? So if you eat at home 80% of the time, and that doesn't mean eating the bags of like pre-made food, but if you cook 80% of the time, your health will exponentially increase. So
yeah,
just try cooking at home. It's not a bad thing.
That's
Even food, which is great, it doesn't go that extra mile. So the things are wonderful and they're really good for you, but even that is like a step above cooking home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I probably shouldn't say that, but it's true. You should really fall in love with cooking and you fall in love with your health and yourself.
That's it. I love it. Oh, Meredith. Well, thank you so much for all of this. You gave us such great recipes. We shared all of them on our blog and we shared them on our social media so everyone can go and see your recipes. We linked to your website. So hopefully people will swing by and cook too. So we love it. And thank you for being so good to Unite for Her and our community. And it's just so nice that, we have such common messaging and missions, and it's just so nice to partner with you. So we appreciate
it. When I met you guys, because truly you are living what I am trying to teach and get out to the world in some kind of way.
Yeah.
So thank you.
We're in it together.
I love you, girls.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you soon.
All right, thanks. Bye, ladies.
Bye.